Fast-paced developments taking place as far as this controversy goes. Mahua Moitra now coming out, tweeting once again, going on to question the Ethics Committee chairman who's been speaking to media houses. He spoke to CNN News 18 here this morning as well. This is what Mahua Moitra has now come out to say on social media. She's questioning how the Ethics Committee chairman has gone beyond Lok Sabha rules to make the comments that he has. She's also going on to question the so-called affidavit which Darshan Hiranandani had put out. How did that make its way to the media is a question that Mahua Moitra is now asking. The chairman should first inquire about this, is what Mahua Moitra now says. Kamalika, my colleague, now joining us, getting us more details. Kamalika, it's interesting. The TMC completely silent for the last few days ever since this entire controversy was raked up. But Mahua Moitra every few hours coming out and defending herself.
Yeah, definitely. It's absolutely Mahua Moitra. For the whole day today, it's like probably her third or fourth tweet which she has done, and she has clearly stated in a tweet, she's citing the constitution and she's citing the Lok Sabha rules, and from there she said that how can the chairman inquiry and all these things, how can the chairman come on camera. Number two, she also has asked for an inquiry that how did Hiranandani's this statement, this affidavit that went public. And we have spoken to Mahua Moitra yesterday, and there at first point of time she started, she's almost saying the same point, that how this entire thing got leaked. That's the first question, that how this entire thing got leaked, and where was did Hiranandani has given this affidavit. And she is constantly in her point that that because she is very much vocal in Parliament, this is only motive to disqualify her from Parliament, just like Rahul Gandhi. But as far as Trinamool Congress is concerned, we have not got any reaction from Trinamool Congress till now. But what we are getting from inside the party is that the Durga Puja time is here in Bengal, and they are keeping a very close watch on the activities and what's happening. And then this 26th, this Ethics Committee meeting is there. Then they might come up with some statements, and specifically if somebody is accused somewhere or any allegation comes up for any party workers in Trinamool Congress, as we have seen it for the years, if there is strong evidence, then Trinamool Congress takes strong action against that particular person, like Pastor Chatterjee. Here what Trinamool Congress is right now doing is that they are waiting and they are watching the current situation, and obviously whatever proceedings is happening in the Parliament, they are keeping a close watch on the Parliament proceedings. That's what also we are getting it from the sources inside the party.
Right, Kamalika, thank you so much for getting us that response from Mahua Moitra. Payal, my colleague, also joining us, getting us more perspective. Now, Payal, the kind of comments that have come to the fore from the ethics panel chairman is something that Mahua Moitra is raising objections to. You spoke with him this morning where he came out and said that if there is evidence to point that these charges are true, then it's a grievous offence and something that should be taken seriously. That is something that Mahua Moitra now seems to be objecting to.
Well, there are various ways to look at it, Poonam. To begin with, the summoning of the concerned to the ethics committee happened before Darshan's letter came out or Darshan's affidavit came out in the public, number one. Number two, as the chairman of the ethics committee, he is within the public rights, he is within the rights of the rules and procedure to actually wield it. On any committee, it is only the chairman who can actually come on record and brief on the meeting itself. That's where it really stands. And of course, as far as the leak is concerned, that is a different thing altogether, because remember, the letter was first out in the public. We all broke it yesterday. We got it through our sources, and only after that has Darshan shot off that letter to the ethics committee chairman, and the ethics committee chairman just got this letter today. That's what the BJP is really saying. So they're saying that it's a cornered Mahua Moitra who's trying to find defense where none exists, and basically she understands the gravity of the matter. So obviously she's trying to brazen it out. She's trying to fight it out solo. That's the argument of the BJP. But as far as the rules of procedure are concerned, in the parliament, it is only the chairman's prerogative to be able to brief somebody on an ongoing committee.
Right, Payal, do stay on with us. We'll keep coming back to you for more updates, but let's put this in perspective for our viewers and let's actually get in the two sides of this story. What Mahua Moitra claims and what the letter that came to the fore from Darshan Hiranandani yesterday says. This is the claim that was made in that letter where he said that Mahua had shared her email ID with me. To which Mahua Moitra then went on to say that the Modi government has put a gun to his head, which is why he's making allegations like this. The claim that came in from Mr. Hiranandani was that Mahua Moitra provided her parliament credentials to him. To which Mahua Moitra came out and said that the government in fact had threatened to shut down his businesses, which is why he was dragging her in and which is why he wrote this letter in the first place. Another claim that came to the fore was that there were questions that were drafted using Mahua Moitra's parliament login. They were done by Mr. Hiranandani is what he has gone on to say. To which the counter came in that Darshan's statement was dictated by the Prime Minister's office and it's not really his allegations. Claim and counterclaim went back and forth. Mr. Hiranandani then went on to say that Mahua was taking advantage of me. In his letter, he also went on to talk about the favors that she had sought, the expensive gifts that she was seeking in the past. Mahua Moitra came out and said that the BJP is only wanting to frame me at any cost and this is what they have stooped to. So these are the allegations that we've seen come to the fore. The counter, a rebuttal, strong one at that, back from Mahua Moitra's side. But unfortunately for her, the TMC not so much vocal in what exactly is happening. And a lot doesn't seem to be going Mahua Moitra's way, Payal, isn't it? As far as the defamation case went, we had the hearing in the High Court this morning. Her lawyer recused himself from the particular case, which is why the hearing was then deferred to the later of this month.
Yes, it seems that all odds are stacked against Mahua Moitra, given the fact that neither is a party defending her at this point in time, and neither at the same time she's feeling the heat. She basically moved in a defamation notice against Jay Anand, Nishikant Dubey amongst the others, essentially hoping to get an injunction to the entire matter. But that did not see the light of the day. That did not go the way she wanted. And of course, now that this affidavit or this statement, as people are calling it, has reached the chairman's door, the Ethics Committee's chairman, it's going to become a prerogative of Parliament also to see how the way it really goes. But it seems the trouble is seriously mounting because the charges that are actually levied by Darshan Hiranandani are very grave. They're very serious in nature. Not only does it talk about bribery, but it also talks about the fact that somebody used or rather misused their parliament privilege. It is a parliamentarian's privilege, Poonam, to get access to a portal where they send information, documents, etc. And that was actually handed over to somebody else, and that's what Darshan Hiranandani's letter has essentially said, that he had access to Mahua's credentials in terms of her login credentials as well. So there are multiple things that are being looked into as well. But the kind of pressure that Mahua Moitra through her people allegedly is trying to pile on Jay, who is essentially the whistleblower, as people are saying in this case, is also something which the BJP will not take lying down, and that's the reason we heard Nishikant Dubey put out a tweet just a couple of hours ago saying that this is something which is uncalled for. The pressurizing of Jay is something which is not really fair as far as this case is concerned. And Nishikant Dubey is on the verge of writing a letter to the Lok Sabha Speaker that he needs to intervene immediately, given the fact that a witness over here is being threatened by Mahua and her aide to get the matter in the favor that she wants.
Right, Payal, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that. It is the login credentials of Mahua Moitra that were handed over to someone else that seems to be at the center of this entire controversy. Why is that problematic? Let's put out some facts for you of how this really works for every member of parliament. Every member of parliament has an exclusive right to log on to their Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha portal, depending on which house's member they are. Every time a member of parliament logs in on that particular portal, an OTP is sent to the member on their registered phone. So no one can log in without that OTP being keyed in. Now remember, the first time when this case came up, the counter that came in from Mahua Moitra was that several of the members of parliament used their staffers, used their personal assistants to make these queries for them. So anybody could have done it. But she would have had to know, because as per the rules, when you do log in, irrespective of who is doing it, an OTP, a one-time password, is sent to the registered number of the member of parliament. All of this login information can be tracked. So in this case, that is exactly what is going to be done, because Mr. Hiranandani came out and yesterday in his letter said that he was in Dubai when he was filing these questions on Mahua Moitra's behalf. So now this location of where exactly those logins took place from, all of that can be tracked, and all of that is perhaps going to be traced by the Ethics Committee when they start investigating the case.